Hey guys, welcome to Kissell Country Outdoors. Today we're going to show you how to blow a duck call. Now a lot of people have trouble with blowing a duck call because they don't really understand the concept of blowing a duck call. I've always heard that duck calling is something to get a duck's attention. It's not really supposed to sound like ducks. Honestly, in my opinion, I feel like I've always heard that you can never beat ducks calling ducks. So the more your duck calling sounds like a duck, the more ducks you're going to kill. So basically today I'll just show you like your quacks and just basic stuff. So I'm just going to give you a little tour of what I'm going to show you. That's on one of my cheaper calls. Here's what it sounds like on a good call. You could start out with a cheap call. It all depends on your reeds. One of the best reed designs you can get is the Echo type with the dog ears like that, either single or double. This is just a cheap polycarb call from Cypress Creek, which is a store in Dyersburg, from where I'm from. I'm from around there. But here's what it sounds on my Echo diamond wood timber call. It's a double reed. That's basically what you want to do to get a duck's attention and bring them on in. You'll hit them with the higher calls, you know, like that to get their attention when they're coming towards you. And you know, if they start flying away and you can't get them back, use like your hail call or something, or your comeback call. And then once you get them in and they're circling around, all you want to do is but you also got to know when to call. You can't call when they're coming right at you, and you can't call too loud when they're circling because you'll scare them off. Mostly what you got to do is just call when you need to call, and once they're cupped up and coming in, you can drop your calls and get ready to shoot. It's one of the biggest problems a lot of young hunters have, is they call them till they're right in their face and they don't have time to shoot them. That's one of the biggest problems I've seen in hunting. So basically, you might be wondering how I did all this. Oh, and also, this is a good tool to have, your 6-in-1 whistle. People don't think about it, but it is very good for calling in greenheads and all the other ducks that it can call. When a greenhead's flying over, this is all you'll ever hear them do. Even if you listen to a greenhead, which they don't even do it often, when a greenhead does quack, it doesn't even sound like how a hen quacks. It's kind of like... That's pretty much like a greenhead's quack. But yeah, I like to make mine sound most as realistic as a duck. What you want to do when you're starting off duck calling, take your hand, your crevice right here, wrap your fingers around, just basically. I use these two fingers right here as my tuners. What you do is you open and close them when you're calling, because it makes it sound like a duck opening and closing its beak right here, its bill. So basic quack, you're just gonna imagine like you're saying quack in the call, but you're going. You go. Honestly, you don't even want to put growl in the call. Just. It's like say the word quack, or speak the word, like mouth the word quack into the call. It's kind of, you want to growl at the beginning and then blow it out towards the end. Like, now that's my own personal style of calling. The da 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 da. But what you really want to do is go. You go 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Kind of like the duck commander people will tell you to do. You go. you're basically all you're doing through the back of the calls. You're forcing out air through your throat. You're forcing it out. You're not going. You don't want to puff out your cheeks. You want to keep your cheeks flat, and you want to force air out through your diaphragm right here. So you want to. And then your feeding call, which is another important call, when you got them in close, and so is your quack. When you get them in close, you're quacking. Feeding call, all you're doing is going tick 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 into the call, and you're creating that feeding sound like a mallard swimming around eating on corn and stuff, and you know, it's just. I know a lot of people have a lot of different cadences when they're feed calling. You know, I just do mine like. And then the people like. There's a lot of different feeding call cadences you can get out there. Throwing in quacks and stuff, that helps a lot because, you know, they're feeding around, they're quacking. But, yeah, basically that's really the only thing to duck call. You know, listen to ducks, you know. What sounds do they make? What sounds can't they make? You'll never hear a duck go. Or stuff like, you know, there's certain stuff a duck won't do. But you need to learn what they do. And mostly the only way you can do that is hunting. You know, how do you learn to call? Practice. Practice is one of the biggest things in learning how to duck call. The second thing in learning how to duck call is actually going out and duck hunting and listening to people that call ducks call. I mean, I went from being to the point where people would yell at me and tell me to stop duck calling to now where I can actually call when we're hunting. I mean, it's a learned thing. You just have to listen and learn, and you know, ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions to duck hunters. I mean, they're not going to shoo you off and get mad at you. Just ask them about duck calling. I mean, that's how you get better. And this is the end of my video. I want to throw a shout out to my pro staff team, Ducks Outdoors, DUX. Go check them out. Bobby Guy Films and Flair, they're the owners of it. And also, shout out to Kissell Country. You can see us, check us out on Facebook, Instagram. We don't have a Snapchat yet, but we're working on that. I'll have more videos up soon for y'all to look at since the season's over. I meant to get a few hunting videos this year, but I know we're going to have a lot of fishing videos this summer and maybe some squirrel hunting. We just didn't really have a lot of the equipment this during duck season, and it's been so cold and it's not been good enough hunts to film this year. But I'll come out with more videos like this, more in-depth duck calling videos, and I'll see you guys on the flip side. Bye.